With mindful movement, we are extending the body scan practice by bringing awareness to sensations in your body as you move. There are a couple of intentions with this practice. Firstly, we are exploring the edges of movement, noticing the soft edges when the first signs of resistance in the body arise. And you can choose to stop here, not pushing into these soft edges, particularly if there is difficulty present in the body for you. Taking care of yourself and bringing compassion into this practice, staying with movement that is free and at ease. Or, if you choose, you can breathe into the parts of the body where you feel a soft edge, exploring the actual physical sensations of this early resistance. And you may notice a softening in body and mind that allows you to gently move into this soft edge, making choices that serve you in this practice. And secondly, noticing when striving arises. This is a doing mode that looks to achieve something and pushes beyond the hard edges of resistance. This is something athletes or people who train are very familiar with. And pushing into these hard edges can be safe and helpful when we are well, but it can be harmful and counterproductive when there is difficulty present. It can increase the resistance in our body and mind. When striving arises, acknowledge it. Then in this practice, gently guide your attention back to the simple awareness of movement in this moment. In mindful movement, we are practicing being present with movement, without trying to achieve anything, and noticing what arises with this more active mode of being. With this practice, you'll need a firm, upright chair without armrests, and ideally with your feet firmly on the floor. As we go through, feeling free to close your eyes, turning inwards, if that helps you bring awareness to the movement, or keeping your eyes open to help with your balance, having a soft gaze and glancing at the screen to see the movements as you need. And just beginning right at the top of your head, and tilting the head one side, bringing your ear towards one shoulder, breathing into that movement, noticing what sensations are there. And roll across, chin down to chest, bringing the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder and stopping there. Rolling across again. And one more time. And then bring that head back to center. Now bringing that nose one way, turning to look over one shoulder. Exploring through the whole body as you do this. Noticing if tension creeps in elsewhere. Noticing what happens to the breath. Slowly coming across, looking over the other shoulder. Just noticing when that resistance or those edges creep in, bringing awareness to this sensation and making choices that support you today. And back to the middle. Pausing for a moment. Noticing how the neck feels after those movements. From here, bringing the chin down to the chest. And then just feel that spine fold forward. Feeling into the spine, coming down as far as you would like. Coming right down, letting your head drop if you wish. Having some movement here, some freedom in the spine. If that feels good for you, or just staying quite upright as you do this. And slowly coming back up again. Feeling into the spine. Pausing for a moment again. Coming back to the breath. And then bringing your right hand over to your left knee. Your left hand comes behind you. And just twisting that body towards your left side. Leading with the chest and the shoulders, not with the neck. Breathing in, noticing when tension creeps in elsewhere. And perhaps as you breathe out, a softening, not forcing. Bringing a gentleness to the movements. Back to the middle. And over to the other side. Breathing into the whole spine. Noticing the sensations on the side of the body. And back to the middle. Arms come forward as if you're holding a beach ball. One crosses over the top. Giving yourself a big hug. And feeling the shoulder blades stretch apart. And again, moving in any way that feels good for you. Feeling into that movement. Opening up. And then crossing again with the other arm of the top. Giving yourself a hug again. Pulling those shoulder blades, allowing them to open. Releasing again. This time the hands come down behind the chair or into the lower back. And stretching through the chest. Pulling the shoulders back, allowing the chest to come forward. Breathing. Feeling into those sensations across the front of the chest and shoulders. And back to the middle. Reaching up with one hand. Again, stopping when you feel that that's where you need to be today. Or you can choose to carry on having a stretch across the side of the body. Allowing the other shoulder to drop. Breathing into the side of the rib cage. Coming down. Pausing for a moment. The other hand comes up. Reaching, again stopping wherever you feel is enough for you. Or carrying over, feeling a stretch along the side, allowing your other shoulder to drop. Coming back to center and allowing that arm to come down. Bringing your arms in front of you, wrists down. Again, moving in any way you like. Bringing them up. Having a freedom to your movements here. Exploring, experimenting how different movements feel. Open the fingers wide, curl and make a fist. And just a loose fist that's circling the wrists. And the other way. Pausing here, feeling again into those movements, the sensations that you feel in your forearms, your wrists, your hands. And shifting forward just a little bit in your chair, having some movement through your pelvis. So finding the top of your pelvis with your hands. Imagining the pelvis is that bucket. Just tilt that pelvis back. Rounding out through the lower back. Coming back up, finding that level pelvis. And then tilting it forward. Just exploring with the movements through that pelvis, just rocking back and forth in your own time. Noticing what the movements feel like around the pelvis and the lower spine. How the pressure changes. And the contact with your seat. And just finding that level position. Anything that's comfortable. And relax down. Pausing for a moment again. Breathing into the lower back, the pelvis. Noticing what's present for you after these movements. Now taking one leg, bringing it up across the other. And this might be enough of a stretch for you. Or if you want to take it a little bit further, just folding forwards. Noticing how that feels. And sensing through the body. Notice where tension might have crept up elsewhere. Breathing into it. Perhaps a softening. Coming back up, and while you're here, just circling the ankle. And the other way. And while we're here, you can just give a little bit of a massage to the bottom of your feet. Perhaps just pressing on each toe. Feeling the pressure and contact in your thumb. And bringing that foot back down. The other foot comes up. And this might be enough. Or if you wish, just gently leaning forward. Breathing in. Exploring through the hip. Back of the leg. Back up. When you're here, circles with the ankles. And the other way. And again, just feeling into the soles of your feet. A little massage here. Feeling the pressure. And feet back down onto the floor. And then finding your seat. Settling into a position that's comfortable. Closing your eyes if they've been open. And sensing through the whole of your body, scanning down, beginning at the top of your head, down to the forehead, face, the neck and the shoulders, the chest and the upper back, the arms and the hands, the abdomen and the lower back, the hips, the upper legs, the knees, the lower legs and the feet. Noticing how your body feels following this movement. Simply being present, not trying to achieve anything. Allowing this mindful movement to give you a sense of presence, a sense of being with your body as it is. Your feet on the floor, your body on the chair, and taking this sense of presence into the next moments of your day. Thank you for joining me for Mindful Movement.